Hi everyone! My name is Teacher Kristen, and I thought that now might be a good time to come and talk a little bit about my experience with VIPKid. So, I've been with VIPKid for I started in January and now it's April, so I guess that's 4 months. Math. And I've really enjoyed it. I didn't work much in January and February, partly because it's Chinese New Year in February. So if you're a new teacher, you aren't really getting bookings. But since March, I've been almost completely booked. So I wanted to come and share a bit of my perspective and my experience. I know there is a sea of YouTube videos doing the exact same thing, but I thought I'd come on here with my zit. See, that's why I keep looking over there, because of course I'm going to make my first YouTube video ever, and I have a zit, whatever. As you can see, I'm in my classroom. This is what it looks like. It is not fancy. I have an alphabet, and I'll move it around to show you. I have an alphabet. I never refer to it. I have my name up there. As you can see, my giant head is blocking it. But there's my name. I never go, I'm Teacher Kristen. I never do that. I don't know. Maybe I should. It's there. Um, and as you can see, I don't wear orange. I'm wearing a striped shirt. And I really shouldn't be wearing horizontal stripes, but I am. What are you going to do? Also, not wearing a ton of makeup, and as I'm looking at myself in the video, I see that I didn't do a great job with my makeup here. But what are you going to do? I'm still getting booked, makeup lists and all. So I thought I'd share with you a bit about what the company is looking for and what to expect. And maybe in a few later videos, I'll talk a bit about how to get hired and what it looks like once you are hired, because it's pretty overwhelming. I found it pretty overwhelming, and I went through without a mentor. So if you are looking for someone to help you, feel free to contact me. I'd love to give you my pointers. I'm also Canadian. I don't know if that changes your opinion on me, makes you like me more or less, but I'll say I'm sorry I'll just put a blanket sorry out there for you. um, So I'll let you know, VIPKid, basically, you are teaching English to children in China, basically. The ages, I believe, are 4 to 12, and all the PowerPoints are made for you. You don't have to make up the lesson plans, which, as a teacher myself, um, lesson planning is not super fun. So you don't have to do that. You can hop on, read the PowerPoints, log off after 25 minutes, you're done. So you do need to have a bachelor's degree. Number one, it can be in anything. It doesn't need to be teaching. It could be science, music, art. What else is there out there? I don't know. I'm a music student. Then I got my education degree after. So I didn't really go into the science building. I don't think I was allowed. What else? You need to be a native English speaker. Basically, they are looking for people without an accent. And I don't think it's not to discriminate, it's to say they want to get across the clearest English that they can to these children. So if you have an accentless speaking voice, go ahead and apply. They also ask that you have some teaching experience. That can be anything. You don't need to be a classroom teacher. You can be a Sunday school teacher. Do you have kids? Because, hello, we're teaching our kids all day. Stop hitting your brother. Stop kicking whatever. I have incredibly well-behaved children. What else? Did you coach soccer, babysit, anything? And if you're having trouble coming up with something, send me an email. I'm very creative. I thought I'd talk a little bit about the pay because that can be confusing. And as you can see, I'm getting out my whiteboard. Go buy a whiteboard. It's the best prop you could possibly have, and probably the only prop I really use. So here's my whiteboard, and I'm going to talk about the pay. It's also good to hide my zit. I'm loving this. Goodbye, zit. Here we go. So you will hear people talk about getting paid, I think they say $14 to $22 an hour, which is accurate. I'm going to talk first based on $7 to $9 because after your interview, you are going to be given a number between 7 and 9. And that is based on 25 minutes of teaching. So I'm going to use the number 8 because that seems to be what most people get. So when you get your contract, they say you will be making $8. That is not $8 an hour. Okay, don't freak out, don't cry, don't go eat a big bag of chips. Well, you can if you want. I do that every day for lunch. $8 per 25 minutes. Okay? And let's say you're showing up on time for your class, you get another dollar plus $1. Math, it comes easy to me, equals $9. You're already making $18 an hour. If you're Canadian, you're making more than that. Hello. Another way you can make money is if you teach over 45 classes in a month, which is not that hard to do. I don't teach very much because I have young kids that don't sleep, so I can't teach as much as other people. So it's very part-time for me. But I still make that goal. That is my goal, to get that extra dollar. Okay? And if you heard that beep, that is my husband messaging me on Messenger. Oh man, it reminds me of, what was that thing? Oh, I can't even remember. Mom brain. It will come to me. Anyway, so $9. If you teach 45 classes, that's another dollar. So you're making $10 per class per 25 minutes equals $20 an hour. Not bad. Not bad at all. If you're Canadian, it's a good time. It's a good time for us. Not a good time for the dollar for most people, but for us, it's good. As of this day, April 2018. So, if the dollar does better, don't quote me on this. Yeah. So the money, it's good. It's not bad. And again, if you're a Canadian, you might want to think about setting up an account in the US. It's a lot easier. It sounds scary, but it's a lot easier than you think to set up an account. And I'll do a whole other video of that if, this zit ever goes away. Sorry, I'm really obsessing over it. I need to stop looking over there. Just look at the camera. So that's how you make money. What else? There's no minimum for the hours. You can choose to work half an hour a week. You can work all of the hours if you want. There are specific times that are the peak times for Beijing, and those are the times where you're most likely to get bookings. So if you are not teaching within those peak times, you might struggle a bit more to get bookings. Those peak times, I'm Eastern Standard Time. So those peak times right now, since daylight savings are from, I should just look at my phone, around, I think someone can correct me, 8 until 9:30 a.m. That's Monday through Friday. And then the weekends are pretty wide open. You can get a lot of bookings on the weekends. I can't teach a lot of peak times because my kids are up and nobody wants that business in the background. In fact, you can't have that. So don't have your kids in the background. So I teach a few on the weekend, and I do have a few students that I teach early in the mornings. So it is possible to teach outside of those peak times. What else is good to know? Peak times, money, what they're looking for. Interview process can be a bit overwhelming. So I can do a whole separate video series on that about you get bombarded with emails in the beginning saying, where are you? We're really looking forward to meeting you. Apply. And I'll help you go through that because I researched this company for many months before I actually applied. And then I created like a million different email addresses because I kind of figured out that you could change your wording on your application and you would get a different email. So I ended up just applying with my regular email and doing the fast, not the fast pass, but doing express interview. And then I did my mock 1 and I passed straight from there. So I would love to be able to help you out if you're looking for help. If you're looking for a Canadian with a striped shirt, I'm here for you. This is my first ever YouTube video and it's very awkward. So hopefully I'll be one of those people that'll be like, check out my early YouTube video. It's hilarious. And I can update it with a whole bunch of fancy things. All right, so if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and send me an email if you have any questions about the company or if I missed anything, and I would be happy to answer your questions. All right, bye everyone.